Greetings, Jedi Traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 13, day 5. It is March 31st, 2017. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, it is a wrap. Q1 27 out the door. Wow, what a start to the year. Only finishing what we ended up 2016 to the upside, but that's it. We Q1 strong finish to the upside. So how did let's just jump right in the charts as the pre-market there on the screen share as the crude, gold, yen, and euro all in a chop fest here after the indices dropping on the Globex and pre-market chop as they started to show a nice uptrend here towards the U.S. open market open. All right, so how did we do today? Overall, small pockets of trend. The AM session lifting, and right prior to the bond market, simply closing the bond market. The markets ended up diving down. So there was our morning session here, opening price here on the NQ 54.33 with a closing price here around 38.75. Again, pockets of opportunity breaking above the cloud, highest probability setups looking for everything in sync. This is where we have the Heiken Ashi bar sitting above the cloud and the bars below in same color, and not a bad, little bit longer tails there. YM not as pretty. A lot of sideways chop action there as an opening price closing down here. Small PM session trends, not bad, but a little bit challenged there on the YM. This is an opportunity again for you to drop down to a smaller time frame when you have this type of chop action, not really being able to secure a solid setup. So deep pullbacks, NQ making an all-time high again here as we reached up with the cumulative tick index, which we'll show you here in a little bit, lifting above zero post 1 hour of the market open. Once the market was able to wrap up, the bond market closed there at the 3 o'clock hour with 1 hour to go. Market action found a little bit of a footing to push up and a little bit of trail down there. You can see the ES simply closing out right below the open. VIX closing out here at 1237 today to the upside. Core sector list 13 in the green, 12 in the red. All right, so as we post each day here 15 minutes prior to the market open, the pre-market trend, taking a look at the current trend each morning. NQ, again, we were looking this morning on the MML levels here to the upside. We were looking for as high as 54.68, but first levels here, 54.49, 59, getting up to a high here today of 54.52. To the downside on the NQ, we were looking downside here, 54.29, 54.20, and exactly to that, there was our low, 54.21 today on the NQ. Taking a look at the market profile this morning, again, price action on the time profile versus the VPOC, volume profile. Here we were pretty much 100% net short underneath the previous gap. Take a look at the ES pre-market. Price action here on the 15-minute, 60-minute, and 4-hour chart. ES, we were looking at levels to the upside here. 23.67 up to 24.06. Hitting a high today of 23.66. Bang, to the right to the ring the bell, right up there. Overbought in quotes on both the 15-minute, 60-minute up here on the 4-hour chart. To the downside, 59, 23.59, down to 23.44, and with a low today at 23.56 down here at the support level. So by the MML levels, very nice today, as the ES Globex TPO was already pretty much 100% net short and included the Shadow Trader pre-market analysis with 100% inventory close to 100% short, holding under both the TPOC and previous VPOCs on the charts. All right, so there was our pre-market analysis. Again, you can check that out, pre-market trend each day here, daily outlook with the charts and posted levels as well. So, ANQ reaching a high here today. Again, economic highlights there. Payroll income, Q1 strong finish in the news, and really nice trending HA bars, especially after that AM session on the YM. But overall, NQ and ES finding pockets of trend here. Let's go ahead right to the chart, see if there's any highlights today. Pointing out, again, together with the NQ here, nice AM bounce here. It's really stood out here today, together with the 534 and the 5144. Here you can see price action first move downside. What would give you the idea that this might have been the low of the session? First of all, in trend, 50 above 144 with the 534 in the 5144. Again, significant. 5144 down here in the green cloud up here. Turnaround counter trend, solid Heikin-Ashi bar right there on the dashed arrow. After the AD line here hits negative 70, 75, a little bit of an eye awakening moment there to realize that this may be the low of the day. Not necessarily, but can be, especially if price action continues to the upside, breaks above the cloud. That would be, not that I took this today, but this would be the highest probability setup right here, breaking above the cloud. For other reasons, market momentum was moving quite slow this morning, waiting for a little bit of econ data. Hesitation here to wait for that. By that point, price action had already pushed way above to the Globex high, and at this point was too late, but had another opportunity to the upside after the pullback. So again, note that in the future, when you watch the AD line hit one of the outliers, negative 70, 75, or to the upside, positive, note the price action. If it is in current trend to the upside and you got the bounce right there, that most likely will be your low of the day, or could be your low of the day. A great market internal to watch. All right, on the other charts, watching the TPO here, appreciation for the average daily range and high. As we can see here, plotting throughout the day, the NQ here as the time profile here, Globex high and Globex low. Here we see the low of today's session. Remember, off the AD line here. Very impressive. The fact that market lifted from there as well here on the charts. And appreciating the fact that where the average daily range low is in relation to not only the high, but in relation to the average daily range high off the Globex low. When you do the math of the average daily range from the Globex low, upside, take the number 43.88. You got yourself a level up here. And if price action has not broken that Globex low in the 24-hour period starting from midnight, if price action rises, you now have today's high, 54.4850, take away 43.88, and you have your average daily range low. Again, it is not an indicator that says that is exactly where price action is headed. It's just a nice market internal to say if we're in trend, that could be a level that you might want to watch for, both to the upside or to the downside. All right, so price action again, a little bit of a shift here. Average daily range low would change if today's high continue to move. And if this becomes today's high, it's another combination of, with the MML charts, being able to find an entry to the short. All right, we'll go over that in the weeks to come as we continue to monitor this average daily range. We have been watching it. We've seen days where price action runs up to one of these levels or down to one of these levels in relation to the session high, session low, in relation to the Globex high and Globex low. Sounds like a great opportunity for a tutorial video. All right, so we had our session. Again, quick recap. There was our NQ, both to the downside, pockets of opportunity, opening price, closing within proximity. Nothing exciting as the end of the month rolls out. There's your YM. There's your ES, closing really pretty close to the open. And NQ, there it is, final close, NQ TPO, average daily range 43.93. This is what I was talking about. Using the HA bars together on a range chart together with the MMLs off the lows here this morning, which was also off the lows of, that's right, off the lows of the AD line, all the way up to the upper level here. And using the MMLs together with the time profile, volume profile, that's what you watch, and average daily range plotted as price action continue to move to the upside. All right, so there's our TPO full session for the NQ, both to the upside and the downside. Pretty much a nice balanced profile, as well as the ES closing it out. All right, let us jump right over to the volume profile. Here we can see price action here. Very healthy profile, both price action at both ends of the outlier. 70% of the range here represented by the orange, closing out today's VPOC, as well as the ES. Nice price action to the upside of yesterday and to the downside. Looking at the daily gaps here, price action on the NQ hitting an all-time high here, 54.5275, after a high yesterday of 47.75. So nice move upside on the NQ. Very strong week. ES closing and YM closing upside as well. No open gaps this week to speak of. AD lines, nice move. Again, we mentioned of the low negative 70.75. Nice move today. And the YM holding support here at 12. Really never being able to break outside. Once they've reached that morning level, was really never able to push above that. All right, market internals quad. Also, QM index here on the NASDAQ. A little bit of struggle here this morning on the first 5 minutes. So this would have been the first post 1 hour. Price action sitting to the downside, not really able to get traction, but it's the HA bars we're watching. Once in traction, majority of the tick bars holding above zero, and so thus the QM index holding above the line. Taking a look at some of the other charts today. Here on the crude, price action holding above the Globex high and Globex low. Little pocket of opportunity here after post 1 hour of the U.S. regular trading hours. Again, crude opening up a little bit earlier. A little bit of chop inside once they able to break out a Globex high. Had a little attempt here, pullback, deep pullback, and I would have had to re-enter once price action broke above the Globex high. Take a look at the GC on the gold. Price action indices rolling. GC opposite effect. Price action moves to the upside. A little bit of chop, just like that YM in session, up to the weekly VWAP. And that's all our gold got out after a nice move on the downside on the Globex PM session. Yen to the upside. Nice move here. Price action lifting upside above the VWAP. Solid Heikin-Ashi bars, tails up. Never being able to reach the VWAP up here, but again, not bad for the yen on a U.S. regular trading hours. And it was the euro on the dump at the close after lots of chop opportunities, small opportunities here underneath the cloud pockets. Trade management, a little bit challenging here. Some long wicks on the tails, but once we got into U.S. regular trading hours, able to sweep that move a little bit further to get further from your entry, and a nice move. A little bit of chop there together with the YM around the European close. Finally a move downside. If stopped out on the wick, finally last move down on the 6 ETH on the last hour and a half. All right, so current picture, NQ again finishing out the week here, sitting in between the two MML levels. Make sure you check out the weekly outlook. Technical momentum outlook posted over the weekend, which will analyze not only the smaller time frames, but take a look at the bigger time frames of where we sit, where technical momentum is currently. We are holding at the highs. 4-hour chart holds at the highs of the week. Never really been able to reach down the support. MML levels do change throughout the week as price action continues in trend. 15 minutes, a little bit more than the higher time frames. Can appreciate the higher time frames from one level to another. Here we started out the week on the 60-minute, and we're able to push up. Nice swing, especially if you're watching these on an ETF. NQ to the upside as we hold out and wrap up the week. Taking a look at the YM across the board. YM again, tight session here today, intraday, but overall impression of the week, 60-minute able to move and hold from the lows from the beginning of the week up to the highs here. Again, retesting, pull being back a little bit, but not being able to push up any higher. And the 4-hour chart still pretty much holding upside on the upper levels. And last charts, 60-minute charts. Here again, tough session on the ES, but as price action managed to push all the way upside to the resistance, not being able to gain anything, pullback comes back down, so we finished the day down as the bigger picture on the 60-minute chart on the ES continues to hold to the upside after the move down off the lows of 23.28. There it is, back. There we go, round the beginning of the week, 327. So nice move overall for the week on the MML levels. All right, Jedi traders, that concludes an insight into the daily trend and technical momentum of the indices and key futures markets. Feel free to stop by at tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra of one simple strategy, any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs. And as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only watch what's in front of me and on my charts. And as always, leave your buys at the door when trading. Make sure you check out the weekly Outlook recap, which typically posts here over the weekend on the week's highlights. And make sure you check out the Technical Momentum Outlook, usually posted here on Sunday, both here at See It Market and Mr. Top Step's websites. And if there's anything I forgot, feel free to email me, David at tradingfibs.com. And for those of you that are interested in joining us, our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups, feel free to email me, David at tradingfibs.com. You may join us any Thursday or Friday to view the live charts setups as they happen in the trading day. For members of the room, we went ahead and posted 2 new trade management videos. Make sure you check those out in the weekly newsletter. And again, very impressive to watch both the MMLs and the average daily range as it plots throughout the day in relation to not only the Globex high, Globex low overnight session, but as the U.S. trading session opens together in combination with the AHA bars, gives and possibly a very powerful additional market internal when it comes to trend. Hey guys, the market's complex. We try to keep it as simple as possible and keep your charts as simple as possible. So have yourselves a Blue Zone weekend wherever you may be. Have a good day, have a good night, and good trading to you.